For over 8 decades, Leia Organa Solo was the beating heart of the galaxy. A princess, a senator, a Jedi, and a leader. She outlasted empires, rebellions, invasions, and heartbreak. She was the spark of hope when the galaxy was consumed by darkness, and the voice of reason when it stood on the edge of chaos. But even the brightest light must one day fade. This is the story of Leia Organa Solo's final days. The end of a legacy that reshaped the galaxy forever. Welcome to another ChatGPT Writes a Character's Death video. As you've seen in the intro, we're going over Leia. Without further ado, Leia Organa Solo, The Last Light. The galaxy had endured much, yet it had survived. Leia Organa Solo had spent her entire life ensuring that survival, shaping a galaxy battered by war, tyranny, and despair into place where hope could endure. But at 82 years old, she could feel the weight of decades pressing upon her. She walked slowly through the corridors of her personal command vessel, a diplomatic cruiser that served as her home among the stars. It was quiet now, the hum of its engines steady and soothing. Leia paused before a hollow frame of Han Solo, his grin frozen forever in youthful defiance. "I hope you're proud of me, Han," she whispered softly. The ache of his absence had never dulled his laughter, his recklessness, his loyalty. They had carried her through years of war and peace alike. In moments like these, when the galaxy seemed distant and still, she could almost feel him there beside her. Her gaze shifted to a nearby hollow of Jaina, her daughter, now a Jedi Master and one of the most respected figures in the galaxy. Jaina's hand rested gently on that of her husband. Jagged fell, the Imperial remnant, and now a trusted ally of the Galactic Federation of Free Alliances. Leia smiled faintly. Their union had once seemed impossible. A Jedi of the Solos, an Imperial-born officer, but it symbolized everything Leia had fought for: unity, forgiveness, and renewal. Still, her thoughts drifted back to the shadows of loss that had marked her long life. She saw the faces of those who had gone before her. Anakin and Jacen, her sons, each lost to the endless tide of war and destiny. She remembered her adopted parents, Bail and Leia Organa, whose love had shaped her earliest years. Mon Mothma, the great stateswoman who had built the New Republic from ashes. Mara Jade Skywalker, Luke's beloved wife, gone too soon. Admiral Akbar, whose tactical brilliance had saved countless lives. And her birth parents, the infamous Anakin Skywalker and Naboo Senator Padme Amidala, both of whom she never really met due to their choices and the circumstances of the Empire and the Civil War. And countless others, comrades, allies, and friends, whose lives had intersected with hers. Each memory hurt, but none filled her with regret, only gratitude. Gratitude for the lives they had lived, for the hope they had carried, and for the peace they had helped her preserve. That evening, Leia stepped into the observation garden at the top of her ship. The simulated breeze stirred the leaves of Alderaanian flora, living memories of a world long destroyed. She traced a fingertip along the petal of a Thranta flower and smiled. "The galaxy has changed," she whispered, "and yet it always needs someone to protect it." Behind her, Jaina's presence was calm and steady, a quiet strength in the Force. Her daughter had inherited her resolve and her father's heart. Leia felt pride swell within her, pride and peace. She turned. "You'll do well, Jaina. You already have." Jaina smiled. "Because I had you to learn from." Leia reached out, brushing a strand of hair from her daughter's face. "Carry the hope forward. That's all I ask." Later that night, her brother visited. Time had etched lines into his face, but his presence in the Force remained luminous and calm. He sat beside Leia in her quarters, both siblings silent for a long while, gazing at the stars beyond the viewport. "You've done enough, Leia," Luke said quietly, "more than anyone could have asked. The galaxy is at peace because of you." Leia smiled faintly. "Peace never lasts forever, Luke, but maybe this time It will last long enough for our children to make something better. Luke nodded, his expression softening. You've always believed in the future. That's why you've outlasted the rest of us. Leia chuckled. Maybe I just refused to lose. As night deepened, Leia lay in her bed, gazing at the starlit sky beyond the transperistyle window. Her body was frail now, but her spirit was strong. She could feel the force around her, warm and familiar, like the embrace of old friends. She thought again of Han, of her sons, her parents, Mara, Mon Mothma, Akbar, and countless others she had loved and lost. She thought of Luke, still carrying the Jedi forward, and of Jaina, who would one day be the galaxy's guiding star. I've done what I could, she whispered softly. I hope it's enough. The force flowed gently through her, peaceful and luminous. As her breathing slowed, the stars beyond seemed to glow brighter, as if welcoming her home. And with that final breath, Leia Organa Solo, princess, Jedi, and leader to so many, became one with the Force. The galaxy mourned. On Coruscant, crowds gathered beneath massive hollow projections of her life, from the days of the Rebellion to her years of leadership in the New Republic and the Galactic Federation of Free Alliances. Jaina stood before her mother's memorial, tears glinting in the soft light. She taught me courage, she said quietly. She taught me to lead, to fight, to love. Everything I am, it's because of her. Luke placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. Leia was the galaxy's heart, her strength, her compassion, her hope. Those things will never die. They'll live on in us and in the generations to come. From Corellia, Lando Calrissian raised a glass. To Leia Organa Solo, the best of us, may the stars remember her name. Throughout the Federation, worlds dimmed their lights in silence. Jedi temples, core world governments, and frontier colonies all paused to remember the woman who had guided them through war and into peace. Her body was gone, but her light remained. Leia Organa Solo had outlasted empires and dictators, inspired generations, and left behind a galaxy far better than the one she was born into. Her light would pass into legend, carried forward by the Jedi, her daughter, and all those who believed in the power of hope. And though her story ends here, the ripples of her life would shape the destiny of generations to come. Let me know if you enjoyed this story in the comments down below. Feel free to make suggestions for any other characters or any other ideas you would like to see in this video series down there as well. Consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed, and until next time, thanks for watching.